3 in the play-ins is Witch Doctor VG versus Devious Methods.
Well, I hope you guys are ready to kick things off for North America because the games are underway. We have Witch Doctor VG going up against Devious Methods. This is game 1 of our first series, and looks like this is going to be a pretty fun game. I think strong drafts on both sides, and I'm not sure, do we have a favorite here?
Well, whenever there's a kinetic in the game, I'm always like slightly favored towards the kinetic because weapon power kinetic is just absolutely ridiculous. So I think obviously Witch Doctor in a strong position. They've got a really good mid lane in the form of Meline that's going to give them anti-dive potential because Meline's really good at locking down people that dive, like the Idris, like the Glaive. As long as she plays it right, she can pull and stun and everything, and root and everything like that. And I know Witch Doctor did almost participate in the EPL, but couldn't get a roster together for it. So they were definitely one of those teams that were up there in terms of seeking out competitive opportunities. And this will be a big opportunity for them going up against Devious to strut their stuff on the North American stage.
Definitely will be. And you want to come out strong here, you know? You want to show that you are here to really contend. As I'm looking at these lanes, I'm not seeing anything that necessarily really stands out to me. Are you seeing any discrepancies in the matchups here?
Well, yeah, I can see that they put oh, wait a second, we've got a bit of action. Top lane, solo. Just have to be careful.
All right.
There's a Samuel bot top lane, so they're actually running a Samuel top lane into the kinetic. Obviously, it's top lane for them. That does strike me as odd because Samuel is very much a golden experience dependent hero. But looks like it's just a 1v1 lane as it stands. There is an invade into that weapon power buff right now.
The invade's there. They've got the impale to stun as well, and this should be the first blood. In fact, it will go to Meline. Omega 8 looks like he might be locked down on the back of this as well. Wow! Oh my goodness, they're going to get 2. Now, moving in, boosted in their confidence, they will try to contest this Gold Oak as well. Witch Doctor VG really putting on a performance there in the first 2 minutes of this one. Look at that network lead, dude!
Oh, dude, they are killing it right now.
Get another one! Get in there! Impale, off the mark, but they get the Gold Oak, and my man, this is like over a 2K net worth in the first 2 minutes.
That is insane, dude. I mean, that is one of the quickest gold leads I've ever seen generated for a team, and that is going to allow them to go back and get some serious items under their belt, even so much so that PentaQ on the Adagio is going to forego going a tanky build and has decided to go towards an alternating carry. This guy wants to go DPS output, and this spells to me that Witch Doctor VG are confident coming into this series.
Get him. I like this. I think he should get a lot of work done on this Adagio, and he is in top lane, right?
Yeah, I mean, he should be a top lane Adagio. I think that's basically what I've seen from the get-go.
Yeah.
Looks like they're trying to put pressure on the
Impale. Get wrecked, kid! Oh, Witch Doctor VG! They're out here to play, man. They take the camp away, they take your life, take your girl.
Damn, this is not looking good here. That's another big root.
This guy got another stun mystery changer. Get wrecked! Light him up, you're out of here!
And that's actually a Captain Tony, by the way, so that's why those impales are doing so much damage. This is weapon power lance with a heavy steel picked up already. Oh. You land those impales, you're going to Pain Train Town. I didn't quite say that right, but you're going to get hurt.
You're going to Pound Town.
That's what I meant to say. But I got told off for saying that in broadcast once, so...
Did you?
Yeah.
It's all right. My mic doesn't work, probably cut off anyway. We're fine. Stratosphere having a pretty good game.
You've been good this game. In fact, whatever you've done, you sound brilliant.
Imagine that. Imagine a world where things improve. I like PentaQ on this CP Adagio as they make the rotation into mid. They're going to find the route onto 911. It's pro. Do not dial 911, but this is an emergency over here for Devious Methods.
Yeah, I mean, they are getting starved out of gold. I mean, Celeste is, what, 13 to 21 for solo? Penta's on 22 compared to the... Well, actually, the Samuel's doing okay, but he has been in a 1v1. Mystery Ginger, whatever position he happens to be playing, he's only on 6 CS right now.
Yeah.
So
it's rough. Omega 8 impaled up, 304 damage there. A defensive afterburn. And the scaredy cat's going to run away.
I mean, I would be running away.
Because he's the Glaive's cat.
Yeah, got it. Don't you worry. I absolutely that one registered on my comedy senses as a small internal giggle. Thank you.
Disappointment, just so you know. 911, it's pro. Beating the AFK there. He'll be okay with the self Vanguard, or will he? That is deep. That's the ultimate also coming out there, and a lot of damage, but 911 its pro will be okay. And you're talking a level 6 kinetic into the level 3 Arden. This is rough stuff. Wait,
Arden's captain, but he was just covering for the Samuel.
Yeah, I was seeing funny things on my screen, but everything makes sense all of a sudden.
Yeah, this is the interesting thing that they're running this like double threat, but instead of having the Samuel in the mid or the jungle, they're putting him in top. But they are lucky because Witch Doctor ended up going in a 1v1 situation in that lane, so Samuel actually had a decent laning phase. However, that also allows the kinetic to scale up very nicely too.
Scorpius with a little trash talk onto latent substance. We'll find the stun. Where's the follow, man? Almost took him down by himself.
Doesn't look like they've got it in the bank. That's a big hit.
Got him!
And Mystery Ginger, 75% of his HP just disappeared with a single tendrils from the Malign. The level advantages are starting to show. Witch Doctor has
Omega 8!
no chill.
He's down!
He's down.
8-0.
Witch Doctor, they've got no chill, Humanist. They're going straight for Ghostwing. No heads will be spared in this game. No mercy given to the team that seems to be struggling. Witch Doctor want a clean, quick series.
You know, Witch Doctor probably were watching the European matches earlier, and they were like, dude, look at it. These poor casters have to do 2 sets of 3 series, plus they had like a 35-minute game. Let's make it quick for them, you know? Probably they need to rest their vocal cords.
Well, they're certainly doing a good job of it. Stratosphere, again, looking to be aggressive. Scorpius doesn't want to taunt, but I'm doing your job. I don't know why.
It's not my job.
It's because I've been doing it for another game, which I'm not going to mention because chat will rip me. I've been doing your job for another game.
You have?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
I actually don't believe that.
You don't
Latent
believe
substance, rooted, 337 damage, and to get the killable, dunked.
Well, this game's going well.
I mean, they're outclassed, they're overpowered, and this is the killing fields. We're talking 12 minutes and 7.5, or 12 kills in 7.5 minutes. And honestly, barring some throwing out of Witch Doctor or them deciding to just play with their food, this could be over in I don't know, 11 minutes.
I mean, it's definitely looking that way. They need to start pushing these global objectives in the side lanes, but right now, everything is going Witch Doctor's way. There's the Oblivion.
Oh, nice Oblivion there. Solar Storm on target as well. Bit of coordination coming out from Devious methods, but nothing will actually happen there. Taunt onto the latent substance. Solo looking like he wants to chase it down. Will not find the root. Not a big deal though. His team definitely comfortable in a strong position here. And there are 4 near mid. Look like Serbius drops over to take the Crystal Treant as the rest of his team hammers on this turret a little. There is a jump in, but the peel back from the Lance. So, I mean, you have this core Lance, but he can also play defensively, which is great. Gosh, you guys are really committing. I mean, it's like borderline attempted throw.
Yeah, I mean, they are definitely trying to do their best to be a nuisance here. That's
Scorpius
a big...
they're baiting with Fountain, dude. That's what happens. They're holding the Fountain. They're going to jump in. There goes... no, they're still holding the Fountain. My goodness, there. It finally comes out. They've successfully baited them. And Adagio's here. There's going to be another stun. That'll be 3 kills into mid. It's 15-0. And looks like that should be another kill plus the turret at least.
Oh, Idris going in, though. Has to be careful.
Oh, get him.
Very close.
Oh, Idris almost got himself a kill there.
Very, very close. Witch Doctor here. Oodles of gold in the lead at 9 minutes. Like 10k gold lead opened up at 9 minutes, which is just frankly rather insane. And let's see if they can look for a quick win.
I can't even play-by-play this, but what I can do is I can become a color caster with you. We could just talk about, you know, honestly, we're looking at 2 different skill level teams. That's incredibly obvious.
Yeah,
what are some things that Devious Methods, in your opinion, could have done or can do to start to have a larger impact on the game?
A difficult one to answer because they're just so far behind in gold. But if we cycle this back to maybe earlier stages of the game, let's start with the draft. You send Samuel into your top lane position, where he's usually going to be starved of gold. You want something that is either going to threaten the kinetic before she starts to get fairly big in the laning phase, or you're going to want something that does well in a 2 versus 1. Didn't end up being a 2 versus 1, but Samuel's still not having a huge impact in that lane. Frankly, I think you want to use your glaive more aggressively in that bot lane with the Samuel. Like, he should have been there trying to put pressure on Kinetic over and over again. I think you missed, but right now they've given him too much space.
Potentially Maline in a bad spot, but drops into shadow form. Is going to impale the two-man Getting wall. Stratosphere almost feeds one over there, but it's glaive that goes down in the end as he was baited in and chopped down. I gotta say, man, like, I know you are correct when you're reversing the lanes, but it's so confusing.
I know, yeah.
To say it, like, I don't know what the answer is. I'm just saying it's confusing.
Should I just talk about it as the orientation of the map here? Would that be easier for you?
Gosh, I don't know. Like, I think it's correct that you're trying to like spell it out properly, like based on like the actual game knowledge itself. But yeah, it does get confusing like in the moment. Maybe it's just something the viewers will learn to understand over time.
Yeah. I think what's important to note is that when you're in a 1v1 versus a Kinetic and you have a glaive, and there wasn't a 2 versus 1 situation with that Samuel, they probably had a big area that they could try and exploit. They could have put way more pressure on that with the glaive going down to bot with the Samuel over and over again, maybe to stop this Kinetic from scaling. That would have been a good way, I think, to get an advantage on that side of the map. And then you use the fact that your Samuel is really strong in the mid game with the range advantage over the Maline and just try and sort of pound it out that way.
Bro, this Adagio went broken this second as well.
I mean, he's also going towards clockwork. These guys mean business. There is no utility Adagio as they start the fight.
They mean business. They will find 2 more kills down in the bottom lane. It's 20-0, 12 minutes in, and things looking good for the witch doctors of the world.
Yeah, I mean, they just need to go for maybe Blackclaw sometime soon. They're 20-0 at this point. Doesn't really feel like much of a competition when you're standing on the Devious side of things, but they still have a Celeste. They can still scale. They've gone for the burst damage, which I think is good because defenses aren't being prioritized. So I think that's a really good use of the Celeste build. I know that it doesn't mean much because she's so far behind, but because you're going up against people who have barely built any shield, like, you don't want the Dragon's Eye because your Dragon's Eye is not going to stack. You just want to blow them up with those Heliogenesis straight away. So I actually think, even though they are massively behind, she did make the correct itemization choice given the situation that she was presented with.
I like that. It's good analysis. It's also a positive point for Latent Substance, especially if they watch this game back and, you know, if he was questioning his build maybe in the moment, to be verified by a scoundrel himself. There's the root into the stun. The gauntlet actually comes off. 911, it's pro. Making about the best play he could have in that moment. Stays alive now. It is a 4 versus 5 situation as one Devious method is currently in the bottom lane. Mystery Ginger. He'll take a turret. This is a nice take for them.
Keep going, dude. Just allow your team to try and battle this black. Yeah, just keep going.
Keep going, dude.
I would.
Oh my goodness. I might write him an actual letter and be like, dude, next time keep going. Jump in, a little too late. That'll be the 21st kill of the game. Looks like Arden will die as well. That'll put him up to 22. Latent Substance turns around. Solar Storm, that was actually almost on mark, but that does leave him vulnerable, and Latent Substance will die on the back of this fight. Looks like they'll kill Mystery Ginger. Mystery Ginger showed up to the fight. Who'd have thunk it? Akamikanami was able to get 1, so it looks like Scorpius was the single solitary kill on the side of Witch Doctor.
CP buff. Do you want to pick up the CP buff? It's right there in front of you. Okay.
I can't see it. Where is it?
It was on the Celeste's dead body. He walked straight past it. But let me give some substance as to why I thought that staying in the bot lane was better for Idris. He was never going to get there to contest Blackclaw. If his team contested Blackclaw and failed, they were only going to lose it anyway. He'd be much better off pressuring the second tier turret and maybe even the armory turret, and that might have drawn one of the members away from Witch Doctor, which might have helped some of his team escape. Overall, it was better for map pressure for him to stay on that bottom side of the map.
Yeah. I mean, odds are he gets at least 1 more turret, and there's nothing that's going to happen if you rotate to your team. Like, it was going to be a bad fight no matter what happened. But hey, you know, that's the choice he made. He's got to live with it, and maybe this was a learning moment for him.
Yeah, I agree. I think, you know, he was in the situation where it was a difficult call. Like, your team probably said they're doing Blackclaw, we need you. It's a very heads-up map call to stay down the bot side of the map, and I just didn't make it. I mean, at the end of the day, teams make those kind of mistakes all the time. It's a very hard situation to read, Humanist, and I'm not going to blame him for it.
I'll blame him for it. I mean, he did it, but hey, it's also, it does take, you know, having that happen to you a few times before you can correct it. So maybe that's just not a situation he's been in enough times. Now he finds himself in the same situation. Let's see if he pressures this turret or walks back. Scout cam down and the pressure onto the turret. He has corrected course here significantly. And also, I want to point out that the scout cam down before the push, super smart. Look, that's exactly where the pressure is coming from. Now, a good chance that he's going to get caught and die here because everybody rotated over. But this is, he gets an objective. It's also space created for his team. What's his team able to do in the meantime? They're clumped up here in mid as 4. They're not really getting anything. Latent Substance, is he actually going to die over here? Oblivion will put the Lance to sleep. The chase is on. Gauntlet comes down, stuns up the Lance under the turret. I mean, his teammates aren't getting anything done there.
But it was a good move, like you said, from him, though. Wait a second.
Bada boom. Latent Substance is down. That's the fountain out from Scorpius. 911, it's pro. Rooted and then taunted the other way. I saw that impale miss. Did you see that impale miss?
I definitely saw that impale miss, mate.
Oh, he'll never live that one down. 27-1, 16 and a half minutes in. I predicted an 11 to 12 minute end time to this game. But Devious methods had proved stronger to take down than I expected. With that, that's Pentacue moving in.
Oh, that
was
damage!
a burst of judgment. I haven't seen one of those in a while.
Not a hard-hitting one like that, Humanist, and this is going to be the game for Witch Doctors. Very dominant. Only let one kill go through. They have to everybody report Scorpius for feeding. But overall,
I already reported him.
Yeah, I'm going to report. I actually can report him.
We could actually thumbs him down right now.
I'm going to thumbs him down for feeding.
I am too.
I actually have done it.